Your turn signal's been on all the way from down at the bottom of the mountain.
See, I didn't know that.
All right, folks, we're about 6,500 feet. We just passed the hairpin turn where we kind of stopped and talked. There was where you can usually see the Big Island on a real clear day, but there's quite a bit of clouds there right now. And we're starting to head over to the switchbacks, and we're going to climb from 6,500 up to 8,000 feet over a period of about 7 miles. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's pretty steep most of the time. These sections aren't too bad because it's the switchbacks, and then there's a few real steep sections, and we get into a lot of dirt and gravel and some rock. So yeah, it's a beautiful day for a ride. Off to the right would be the Big Island, but you can't see much right now because the clouds. So and then off to the left, we have a storm front that's moving in towards the islands. It's over Kauai and Oahu right now. And once we get up to the top, up to the gate, I'll show you. You'll have a better view of the clouds. They are about 70 miles away right now, but you still got some real high thunderstorms that you can't tell there's thunderstorms, but they're thunderheads. And yeah, it's makes this ride just worthwhile. One thing you may notice is in the shade, you can't see anything. We did a lot of riding, pretty much blind. I don't know why it was so dark and so difficult to see, but you know, it made things quite sketchy. As you know, in the shade, the road tends to be wet, and in the sun, it dries out pretty fast. And some of that wet stuff is like hard pan, so the bike slides around quite a bit. And then in the cinder, it also slides around, but not like on the hard pan. And then we'll get up into some golf ball size gravel that's knocks you around a bit, and you can't really see it because of the shading, so it makes it a little sketchy there too. In fact, we're going into it right in here. This is quite a bit of gravel. Here the bike getting bounced around, and then here off as we head up to the left, we're heading up one of the steeper sections of the road. It usually gets torn up pretty good by the 4x4s and stuff because they stall out and then dig themselves holes. They don't seem to have enough sense to keep their speed up going up that part of this mountain. And so it makes, but it's been kind of cleaned up. They graded the road for the pheasant hunters, so it's a little better right now. They will tear it up again pretty soon, but anyway, it makes it exciting. So, yeah, we're up into some gravel in here. And, well, actually, right now, we got through most of that gravel. We're more on the dirt. And then we'll get back into the cinder on up ahead. This is a little steeper right in here. You can see that the shadowing gets worse up ahead as we get more towards the northwest facing. hillside, so it blocks the sun this early in the day. This is the darkest I've seen it in the shadows. Like usually you can see, but today, man, it was hard. You can see here, right, this is what I'm talking about, trying to, fortunately most of this is just cinder, so you're not worried about a lot of rock yet. There is a section up here where it'll be a lot of rock, and you can hear the bike kind of bouncing around and trying to get grip and get a little squirrely. But we're not quite there yet. Okay, here we are on the rock. Yeah, I think we're getting out of the rock now a little bit more back into the cinder. There's a few more sections of rock, but that one hill climb's pretty nasty with a lot of rock on it. Some of them get fist size, but most of it's like golf ball size. Okay, here we're into cinder. You can hear the bike slip a lot. You kind of got to work the throttle to keep your traction. See the clouds are on the left, the shadow is on the left. Now we're going through a hairpin turn, it's going back to the right. And it was just as dark for us up there as it is for you guys on the camera. It's a bitch to try and see where you're going. Hoping you didn't have any surprises. From here on up, it's almost all cinder. It gets a little loose, but at least you can go pretty fast in it. You're not having to worry so much about hitting rocks. Okay, the mountain straight ahead is where the gate is. That's where the turning point in the ride, where we turn around and head back down. So, yeah, we're getting close to the top. Doesn't help having the sunlight flash in and out on you too. That not exactly a plus right there. Okay, we're coming into another really cindered out hairpin turn here. Took it a little easier this time so I didn't lose my traction as much. And then the shadows on the left again. And then here we're going to switch back again. There's your mountain. All right, now we're going to get into a little bit deeper cinder. You can see the ruts in there. It's a lot more like driving in the sand than it is. It's like driving in cinder and sand. Anyway, we're just about to the top of the mountain, so that's just about, that'll be the end of this section here. So I'll let you guys Oh shit.
What?
That was fun. Oh. That part of not being able to see though is that sucks.
Yeah, I know. Maybe we should start a little bit later during the winter time.
Yeah, well, you know what? We're right at the peak of, I mean, we're at the worst of winter. 21st is the shortest day of the year, so.
It was fun.
Yes, it was. So, all right, everybody. This is the reason we drive up here all the time. Take a look at that view. That's Central Valley. Off in the distance is the front coming in. It's supposed to just make it to West Maui and not make it any further, but we'll see. But yeah, it's God, it's a gorgeous day up here. The usual once around, so everybody gets to see. Oh man, there was one spot there I went through blind, and the bike started sliding sideways, but fortunately I was going fast enough that I got through it and didn't lose my balance.
Oh. It's cold. It's cold.
Not too bad right here though.
Well, the sun makes it better.
Yeah, I went back and forth on what shirt to put under my jersey, and finally I went with a semi-thermal.
Yeah.
And I've got one that's this other one that's basically wetsuit material. Are you filming, buddy? Yeah, you are filming. Anyway, yeah, Tom's looking at his nifty tires. And once again, this damn Chinese tire is phenomenal. What the hell's the name of this tire?
Super Run.
Yeah, Super Run?
Yeah.
Man, it is amazing. Out of all the front tires I've had, none of them have tracked as well as this one. And that means that the Dunlop 606, what a waste. This thing's a very inexpensive Chinese tire. You know, the only thing that gives you a little nervousness is the knobs are so tall that they kind of bend off on the road. But man, it does never slip. And it's just amazing. So anyway, I'm going to turn you guys off until we head down the mountain. So, all right, we're just getting ready to head down the mountain. So I wanted to give you a nice, clear picture of just how beautiful it is today. So I don't know if I went too fast before, but the clouds are just fantastically beautiful. We've got the high clouds way off in the distance. That's a front coming down. It looks like it's expected to stall somewhere between Kauai and Oahu. And then the low clouds are just brought in on the southwest winds right now. And the winds are pretty damn light right now. And then we have Tom, our stellar speed demon.
I'm not.
and then you have me, Mr. Magoo, traveling at the stellar pace of Glacial. In fact, I got passed by a glacier last week.
Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah. So, see how much video I can get out of this, because my camera kept dying and my video would keep going. It would freeze up. And so this last week I went and updated all my software in this thing. So I'm hoping that takes care of the problem.
Yeah, I always had problems with the batteries.
Pardon?
With the batteries, I always had problems. I had like about 8 batteries. They were puffed out, you know, after a while.
Yeah. You think it's my batteries, huh? Okay.
I don't know. I mean,
Oh. Oh. We've got a nice pothole in the road here. And one of the reasons I go as slow as I do is because I'm coasting and trying to regen the energy from my bike. So excuse me, when I say regen, what I mean is I'm not giving the bike any throttle, and the road is so steep I don't have to give it any throttle, and what's happening is the motor is regenerating electricity and putting it back into the battery. So I'm not having to produce any energy at all to run the bike. I'm just it's not like coasting because it's got like an engine brake on it, but this is how steep the trail is going down, is that I can actually generate electricity just by turning the back wheel. So that's essentially what regeneration is. and I can put a couple bars back into the bike by the time I get down. And we're going to actually coast probably a good portion of the seven miles down, and then past that until we run it. We catch up with Tom at the turnoff to Poly Springs. So at that point, we'll be in a flat area for the rest of the way in the dirt. It's fairly flat, you know, it's a gradual decline, but I can't regen at that point. And yeah, anyway, we will finish the ride out in the dirt right at the point when the camera dies. It's just when we reach the end of the dirt. Any luck, you guys?
Not today.
Nothing?
Seen some birds, but didn't get anything.
Can't get close enough, huh?
We had shots on them, but just miss. It's one of those days.
Well, it's a rough day. You may not get put to work, buddy. Well, you guys take care. Good luck.
You too.
All right, aloha. Oh,
Na klíčích od traku. Nice.
that is fun. It is just a lot of fun. I'm definitely riding a lot faster than I used to,
Of course.
so you're not having to sit as long to wait for me.
Well, that's perfect. I mean, you know, you get in more and more confidence. That's the thing.
Well, I got a fucking tire that works.
Okay. So we're gonna blame the tire then.
I'm gonna blame the tire.
Okay. Whatever works, right?
Yeah, and it works. Okay, we're currently reaching the end of the dirt, so this is where we're going to end the video. So thank you for joining us, and we will talk to you later. Aloha.